doing. So, Nick, let's start with you.
Oh, wow. So that's a good question. So I think that every time in history, there's technologies that are being invented, and then there's a little bit of lag and a little bit of time between when they are invented and they are actually being massively used. So that's where we are with Gen AI. So especially with the generative AI and AI in general, there has been a leap forward, a breakthrough in what the models can achieve. Now is the time to build great apps and great products with them. In the same way that, when electricity was created, not every house had it, not every industrialization wasn't there, or when the combustion engine was there, not everyone had a car. What was the exact product was not really known. So that's where we are right now. It's an exciting time to live.
All right, we're at the combustion engine. That's what I'm taking away from this. David, where are we right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot about this. I sort of feel like we're, in the kind of mid-90s of the internet. But one big difference is there's massive distribution, right, that's been laid over the last 25 years since then. And so I think because of that, you've seen, some unbelievable growth in, from 0 to 100 million in revenue by the, OpenAI, but then Cursor doing it like, in record time. And that's because distribution is now dramatically different than what it was then. And I think it's going to accelerate the pace at which we see AI uptake.
Eric, where are we?
I think that's a really good point. I love that we're all coming up with different analogies here. The one I like is, you remember when the iPhone came out and then they put the App Store on there, and then you're like, oh my God, you can do this thing where you can drink a beer and it kind of falls out of the iPhone, or you can download a song straight to your phone. It can't get better than this. This is, wow, look, you can do all these amazing things. And it turns out that, another 15 years of amazing things you can build. We're at that stage where it feels like you're doing so much, but it's really just scratching the surface. And to your guys' points, it's going to accelerate even faster this time, faster than we can maybe handle.
Out the hard way when we were announcing your panel, they went crazy. I don't know how many of them are synthetic. I don't know how many of them are real. But in dealing with the vast numbers that you're dealing with, are you worried that at some point it kind of goes out of control where this this group mass starts to do the things it wants to do, whether you want it or not?
Yeah, that's a problem and challenge not only for Pi, but for the world going forward, because now with generative AI, it's becoming less and less easy to distinguish a real human from AI. AI used to be pretty dumb, you could tell immediately, but now it's not that easy. So Pi opted for following a unique approach, which was to KYC every single individual using identity verification, turning your head left and right, and all that interesting stuff. And we think that this approach is going to be very useful, especially in the future, when you want to distinguish between 1,000 fake bots and 1,000 real people, especially in a world where you want to be able to meritocratically and fairly distribute value or other applications like this. You need to be able to identify who is human and who is not.
David, we're talking backstage about what true proof of humanity means, especially at the enterprise level that I know you guys are playing at. So how important is it to allow that the human can have a touch on the AI systems that are being built?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting, question. So, we do a lot in terms of structuring data for enterprise, and the big sort of why now for us was we saw a crossing point between where LLMs could do a lot of these data annotation tasks more effectively than humans, and so we enable a competitive landscape. It's decentralized, it's permissionless. We tap into global intelligence around the world. People can run their own models to do these data annotations, and we're seeing people perform these at 86% higher accuracy than humans, and we're doing 51% higher than kind of GPT's best models because they're optimized for this use case. And so I kind of see a bifurcation happening. There's a lot of data structuring that needs to be done at massive scale. The largest companies in the world have decades of data. that they need.
And they're vocal. Are they about decentralization, or are they vocal about Pi?
So I think that in general, when we're thinking of decentralization and AI, and there's another aspect to it. There is, of course, the technical challenges and how we can embed this into technology, how we can do all the training, how we can distribute the rewards. But there is also the concept of value capture. So in a future where more and more work is done by agents and by AI, it is important to make sure that the value is not only captured by a few individuals or a few companies, and it can be captured by a large number of people. And that's where blockchain and our projects can come to play. And the founders of those projects and the people who are working on it need to come to think about how blockchain can help with the value capture.
Soleil, when we think of building an agentic strategy, what are the 3 things that you need to know in order to be successful with that?
Yeah. Well, I think also just going back to your